Hello everyone, I am here to teach you how to crochet if you have never picked up yarn and a crochet hook before. What you will need to get started is a crochet hook, of course. I recommend only one size, a 5 or a 5.5, but this is only about $10 to buy one of these nice ergonomic hooks. They're much nicer on your hands. I recommend you get one of those. You'll need scissors and a yarn needle. This is a pretty inexpensive hobby to start up. You can start for under $15, so let's go. This is the yarn I use. I also like just any of the cotton yarn from Walmart. It's usually about $3.99. And that's what I use for washcloths and coasters because you can put them in the washing machine. So if you look at your label, you'll see the yarn weight, the recommended hook size, the material, and the wash instructions. And this is how I start from the middle of the ball of yarn. It's much neater. You'll even see the end on the ball of yarn that's actually attached on the outside. I don't want to work with that because it'll just get everywhere. And then my cat will start rolling around in it. So I'm just looking for the end. There it is. And now I'm going to teach you how to make a slip knot, which is how you start off every crochet project. So that's how you make a real knot, right? A regular one. Well, a slip knot, all you do is you don't pull the end through that loop. You sort of make a new loop and you just pull up like that. So that's how you make a slip knot. Alright, so that's going to be your first step of making any crochet project you would like. Using any yarn or any size, you got to make a slip knot. So that's how I do it. Just get practicing. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to insert the hook and I'm going to pull on the short end of the yarn to tighten it up. Okay, so my right index finger controls the loops on the hook. And on my left hand, my thumb and my middle finger, or sometimes my ring finger, controls the project and will guide the new loop that is forming. And then my left index finger controls the tension of the free yarn and performs the yarn over step. And so all together, that's how I do my crochet. You can hold it like a pencil if you wish, but this is how I do it, and you move your fingers up and down with the yarn on the hook. And that just helps you do pretty well. You want to do a clockwise motion with the hook to do the yarn over step like that. And then you're going to guide the hook, the loop with your index finger and your thumb over the hook. There, and that's a chain stitch. So here's a close-up. Just like that. Yarn over and then pull through like that. So this is a chain, and to make a coaster you can chain 18. I think that's what I ended up doing. I didn't actually count because I was using a cup as a reference, so use your favorite cup as a reference as to how long you need this to be. The best part about crochet coaster being your first project is that no matter what it looks like, it will still be a coaster. So a pattern would say chain 18, and that's what it would look like when you're finished. Yep. So I'm going to teach you how to single crochet. You are going to insert your hook into the second loop from the hook. So I will show you that right now. There you go. Insert hook. Then you're going to yarn over, and notice how I'm using my left ring finger and my thumb to guide the project over the hook. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through both loops, and that is how you complete a single crochet stitch. So both of those steps was to do one single crochet. So now you're going to repeat that again. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So a pattern would say single crochet in the second loop from hook and each chain across. Once I get to the end, it looks like I have 2 stitches left. So you do not want to do a single crochet into the original chain stitch, into the original slip knot right there, only into the first chain. So that last stitch right there is going to be the last one of this first row. And then we are going to chain 1 and turn our work 180 degrees. Usually a pattern says chain 1 and turn. So I just wanted to show you on the so each stitch is those V's, and you are going to insert your hooks into those V's. That is one stitch. Now, that one, that is your chain. You're not going to put your hook into that one. You're going to do it into the one next to it, the V next to it. All right, like that. And then you are going to single crochet into every stitch in across the second row. Don't forget that this is a technique and a skill and muscle memory, and it takes a long time and a lot of repetition to get good at a skill. So if you aren't getting it on the first try, keep going. Just know that it can take up to 400 repetitions of something for your brain to actually get it down. So there is my last stitch on the end. There is my turning chain, so I'm not going to put my stitch into there, but only into the last single crochet. And then at the end of the row, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And that, my friends, you're just going to continue doing single crochet row by row until you get to the width that you would like. So when I checked this here, it could slide as a coaster, but I would much prefer it to be a little more square. So I decided to add a few more rows to this. And now I'm going to show you how to finish off your project. So this is the last 2 stitches here. 1 and 2. You can even see the turning chain on the left hand side. I'm not going to go into that. Alright, so after that last stitch, I'm going to pull up some yarn and cut the end, leaving a tail that's long enough so that you can comfortably weave it in. And then you'll just pull it through, and you have finished your coaster. And now the last step is weaving in your ends. You'll need a yarn needle, but if you don't have one, I'll show you how to do it without one. The metal yarn needle is much superior compared to the plastic one, but they still work. So just thread your needle, and you are going to weave the needle in and out of the stitches parallel to the stitch line. So parallel to your chain, that's how I'm going to weave in and out of my needle. It's not an exact science, but the larger your stitches, you might see the weave, but it will still be secure, and you can still wash, and dry your coaster in the washing machine. That's the best part about this yarn. So I just pulled my needle through about 5 or 6 stitches, and then I'm going to go backwards, turn around 180 degrees, and do the exact same thing. It's a fabulous way to weave in your ends if you have a metal yarn needle. It goes very quickly. And then you can cut off the rest of your yarn. And you have finished that side. So if you don't have a yarn needle, no problem. You can use a crochet hook. You can use the same one that you used, but I would actually prefer you use a smaller one. It's easier. But in a pinch, I've used the same hook that I've done the project with. And all you'll do is you'll just insert your hook into some of the loops around the free yarn and just pull them through. And just go around the project as you see fit. Like I said, it's not an actual quantitative science. Then you can cut to your yarn needle, or then you can cut the rest of the yarn. And you have finished your first crochet project ever. No matter what it looks like, it is still a coaster, so congratulations. I hope that you continue this hobby. It's really fun. And don't ever forget that you are made in the image of the ultimate creator, which means that you are an ultimate creator. So embrace your creativity and practice your skill, for the number of hairs on your head is counted. Have a wonderful day, my friends. See you next time.